So welcome back to the class. I'm just going to continue on with these concepts which are so important to understand aggregate demand and supply, aggregate supply for income determination. And in this, we are going to do full employment, we are going to do involuntary unemployment and all that stuff. So just go through this quickly. I'm going to go through it. So let's take what is full employment. It means the maximum utilization of the economy's available resources. And you know what? Theoretically, we say, theoretically, it means, say, full employment of resources, all the available resources. Now, what are resources? Everything, biotech, abiotic, etc. But in practice, what we do is we generally limit ourselves to human resource, that is, a labor force. So an economy is said to be in full employment situation when the entire labor force in the economy is employed. So labor force of a country means that part of the population of the country which is physically and mentally able. That means they are fit, and at the same time what is important is they are willing to work. So voluntary, that's full employment. So there's something known as involuntary unemployment. So voluntary unemployment is that you're not willing to work, though you're able-bodied both and you're mentally sound still. But what is involuntary unemployment? Now this is interesting. When the labor force of a country is that part of the labor force which is mentally sound and physically fit do not find work. So they cannot find work. So they are known as unemployed. So they are unemployed and involuntary unemployed. So involuntary unemployment means that part of the labor force of the country which is able to work and prefers to work, but it is out of work though no fault or wish of its own. So voluntary unemployment, this is involuntary. So what is voluntary? That part of the population which prefers not to work even though suitable work is available for them. So when we are doing the labor force, we don't take the voluntary unemployment into account. So generally we are talking about full employment. What is that? It is defined as a situation when all the able, physically or mentally fit and willing persons are ready to work at the given wage rate they find a job. Thus, in full employment situation, demand for labor is equal to available supply of labor at a given level of wage rate. And of course, some natural unemployment can exist, and which we've done earlier, maybe, or we will, I think that is frictional unemployment and structural unemployment. I think we'll be doing it next year in the class 12. Oh, sorry, I think we've done this in the Indian economics. Yes, we have done this. So due to the imperfections of the labor market, some workers may be reduced, unemployed temporarily. And this occurs due to, say, shifting of jobs in an ever-changing economy, and this is called frictional unemployment. And there's something known as structural unemployment, which is due to some changes in production technology or change in demand patterns, etc. So this is known as they all come up in full employment. They are considered there. Now, what is involuntary unemployment? So involuntary unemployment, as again I'm revising, it refers to a situation when all persons are not employed. Persons are out of jobs against their wishes. Some people are able and ready to work at the prevailing wage rate, but they do not find jobs because jobs are not available in the labor market. So people who are willing to work at existing wage rate do not get work, and people remain unemployed in the absence of employment opportunities, then that is known as involuntary unemployment. So we talked about voluntary unemployment too, where they don't do it on their own, out of their own sweet will. So you can get a question as generally we get short answer questions on this.